Today we are gonna take hostage some piglins, then trap them in the smallest possible spaces and trade with them until we are all out of gold.
Welcome back to another episode of the survival series. We recently started thinking about what's something that we haven't farmed a lot, and piglins came to our mind. We went and checked on how much gold we have at this time. I guess enough.
So today's goal is pretty simple. We want to make ourselves a huge piglin bartering farm that hopefully produces us tens of thousands of items per hour, maybe even 100,000, but we'll see.
I think the items that you get from bartering with piglins are pretty useful. Like for example, you get obsidian, crying obsidian, nether bricks, nether quartz, but most importantly, you have a 2.18% chance to get ender pearls.
Okay, we actually don't need those, but the other things can be pretty useful. So, but where do we want to build this thing? I think it definitely needs to be close to our gold farms, since each piglin will do one trade every 6 seconds, so in an hour it will do 600 trades, meaning it will need 600 gold ingots per hour per piglin. And we are not planning on just taking a couple piglins, so yeah.
We definitely need a close by supply of gold ingots for this. Of course, this farm will not be something we will be running for hours and hours. We want it to be something crazy, so when you turn it on, there are just huge amounts of items coming at once.
So this is definitely not something I would recommend building to your Minecraft world. But what you should definitely do is use a password manager like Dashlane, who also happens to be a sponsor of this video. You know that the number one trick to keep your online account safe is to use different passwords on all sites, but there is no way you can remember all of them. So this is where a password manager comes to the rescue. With Dashlane you never have to remember or fill in your login info again. Everything is done by the click of a button in the Dashlane app. Dashlane also helps you save all of your personal information, passwords and even credit card info. And when you want to log in, just click a button and you will be logged in securely. It also helps you while signing up to new sites and choosing a secure password. The Dashlane app is available on all desktop and mobile devices, making your life even easier. And if you want to be even more secure at public Wi-Fi networks, then use the VPN function that is built right into the Dashlane app. So go make your life more secure now and sign up to Dashlane for free on your first device at dashlane.com/Shulkercraft. And if you ever decide to upgrade to Dashlane Premium, make sure to use the promo code Shulkercraft and get a whole 50% discount from the full price. Thanks again to Dashlane for sponsoring this video and making security a number one priority.
Coming back to Minecraft now. So first let's start off with collecting the piglins themselves. We want to build the piglin bartering area close to our gold farms, but this area here is pretty old, so no piglins can be found below this bedrock here. A lot of piglins spawn in Crimson Forest biome, and the closest one is 2000 blocks away, so let's go there.
The plan is to get the piglins here, and then transport them back to where the gold farms are. So we started off by building a small platform where only piglins can spawn, and then started putting them in minecarts one by one. You might think it went quickly and easily, but somehow both of us managed to die once when doing it. Minecraft pros, you know.
They do quite a lot of damage with their swords, and when there are like 3 piglins hitting you at once, it's pretty hard to survive.
But after some time we had 25 piglins in their minecarts, and I think it's enough now. So we made a railway going 2000 blocks back to our gold farms and just transported them there.
Starting with the build. First we made the areas where the piglins are going into. Then just put the piglins into their places. We chose to add total of 24 piglins in here. I think these should produce us a pretty decent amount of items. Or I mean, they should steal quite a lot of gold per hour from us. Probably sucking up all of the gold supply in half an hour.
Next up we made a system behind the piglins that drops the gold ingots to them using a dropper. This was all pretty easy to do.
Now, the main part is how do we collect all the items we get from the piglins. There should be over 70,000 items per hour coming from these piglins, so the system needs to be pretty powerful.
We started off with adding a dropper row below the piglins. The plan is to use the ice and the piston with slime block method to push the items and finally sort them. So we made some ice roads here that get the items from the piglins, then they get pushed to the middle and drop down to be pushed again above the sorting system here.
We made a pretty long sorting system that should allow us to collect and sort all the items from the 24 piglins.
Oh, and for the items like potions and books, we have this lava here. All of those items will be collected here, so if you ever need them, just go dive into the lava hot tub and you can find them there.
Okay, but since we always like to have an on-off switch for things, let's build that. So we connected all the piglin gold droppers using a switch. So that way we can fill up the droppers, and then switch it on and watch the crazy bartering happen. And this is what it looks like, with all the redstone connected.
But we want to add one more final thing, and that is a way to fill the gold droppers from one chest. Time for some more building. For that we made a mine rail going over all the droppers, so we can just input items from this chest here, and they will be distributed to all the droppers.
And the switch to turn everything on is right below this chest here. But the build is ready and it's time to fill up the droppers so we can finally try this thing out. Let's go take some gold from the gold farms that we have here and try out the fancy inputting system.
So one double chest can contain up to 3240 gold ingots, and we are gonna input a total of 2 double chests, so a total of 6480 ingots. But these 24 piglins will consume 600 per hour per piglin times 24, 14,400 ingots per hour. Oh god, this is a lot. So this 2 double chest here is not even enough for half an hour.
But everything is filled up now. Let's turn it on.
And have a look at this madness. Oh wow, there is so many items just being pushed on the ice blocks, and it does look like this thing actually works, including the sorting system.
But let me quickly explain to you what is going on over here. So, with this switch all the droppers will activate once, and the piglins will start getting gold ingots to barter with. Then the items they give will go into these droppers, which point into the middle, and they are dropped onto the ice. A slime block pushes them on the ice towards the middle, where they drop down.
Then another slime block pushes these items against this ender chest. This is important so the items will be just on the edge of the ice block. That way we can push these items again, and they will be picked up by the correct hopper in this sorting system. And the items that doesn't have a place in this sorter will just end up falling into the lava here. Easy as that.
But it looks so damn cool when running. And in total this generates us 72,000 items per hour. And if you want to know what it produces exactly, then here is a list with all the items.
As I said before, this thing uses up 14,400 gold ingots per hour, which is crazy. Just as an example, this gold farm here produces us like 1,100 gold ingots per hour, so yeah, every 13 hours of AFKing there will allow us to run this piglin farm for only 1 hour. And this piglin farm doesn't even look that big.
So now we have an infinite amount of obsidian and crying obsidian. That means no more need to use the obsidian farming method. We also get the ton of nether quartz. This is needed for a observer or a comparator, but also makes for a really cool building block, so that's nice.
But this is pretty much it. We now can add one more crazy farm as done to our list, and glad to have this system now that steals all of our gold that we have in just a couple of hours.
Make sure to comment down below on what 1.17 version farm would you like to see us build in the next episode, but not in the normal size of course. But thanks for watching the video, and we will see you guys in the next episode. Until then, see ya!
Bye!